So, welcome back. Today, we are talking about fitness, ways you can lose weight and gain muscle. My experience, when I used to weigh like 230, I first started working out. I would, I started doing a split that I made my own, but it wasn't really good. But it was chest and back, um, biceps, triceps, and then leg and core. And eventually, when I lost like 40, 35 pounds, I switched my split to an Arnold split, which is shoulders, biceps, triceps, back and chest, leg and core, full chest, full back, full legs, full core, and then it goes back to arms. Um, but during my journey doing that, I took amino acids at first, as I was going on, and then it switched to creatine and amino, and then I stopped using amino acids and I started using pre-workout and creatine as I went on. Um, but when I was working out, I would do my weightlifting first, and then at the end, I would do my cardio. But I used to use the Stairmasters for the majority of my cardio and a little bit of the treadmill. Then I stopped using the Stairmaster, and now I just do the treadmill on a 15 incline and then a 2.5 speed or 3.5. Um, and yeah, the only key is to be consistent, discipline, count your calories, um, and you should be good for the majority of the time.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to working out, discipline and just drive is pretty much mainly like what helps you in that sense because it keeps you focused and definitely like the music that you play, it determines like, in my opinion, I feel like the music that you play determines like how hard you actually go when it comes to like your intensity level or how much weight you're gonna put up because when you have like a higher bass, when you're playing like a higher bass music, it's very like motivating and it like puts you in that like stage. But when you're listening to like something like pop or something or like country, I feel like that's not really for that like scenario. And I feel like it just depends on like what you're trying to do that day. And working out is definitely it's definitely very good for you. Um, it improves your health and a bunch of like your well-being. It can cope with stress. There's just a lot of stuff that working out can do for you in that sense. And I could definitely agree with Ty's point when he was talking about what he does for like his workouts and everything and like his individual like strategies. Sometimes I just go off of like the rep and I just, we'll do arms, we'll do back. I'll just, you know, think of which one I'm going to do and then I just do it. And I don't really pick one sometimes. I'll just like be like, all right, I'm going to do arms this day or I'm going to do back. I don't really have like a schedule or anything of like what I'm going to do. And that's something that I definitely should consider because it would definitely be a lot better. And obviously, when it comes to like legs and stuff, a lot of people don't want to hit legs, and that's definitely something that you know I can I deal with because I don't want to hit legs all the time, and I do it just because, um, and it's definitely um, something that is less motivating when it comes to hitting the gym when you have leg day that day, is because you don't want to go and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I don't really like leg day either, but I just do it because I need to. Another way that could help you, could help you and helped me was drinking black coffee, green tea, I would especially drink green tea after dinner, so you're not like when you're bored or you want like a little snack or two. You just drink that. It doesn't make you hungry, um, and it helps your
Immunity.
no, what's it called? But it had benefits with a lot of things. It yeah. I don't remember the benefits of green tea, but it could definitely help you not feel hungry.
Yeah, there's like a thirst quencher. Like it kind of like stops it. Like you drink it and it's like you feel like less hungry, and it's good if you're trying to cut weight and stuff and lose weight. And you know, when it comes to drinking protein, it's supposed to like stop you from eating too. So it's definitely good in that sense too.
Yeah, but when you're drinking protein, you can't stop working out. You have to be keep like you have to be consistent with your workouts because if you just drink protein shakes, you're just gonna gain your weight back.
Yeah, I can agree and disagree with that because I feel like when you drink protein, yeah, you might gain a little bit of weight back, but I mean, not always though, because I feel like protein is like it's gonna target the muscle. It's like protein is not, I don't think it's gonna target the fat as much as the muscle. So even if you're just walking, using your arms just on a daily task, um, it's gonna hit that muscle no matter what, because that's what it's made for. Um, but it might hit the fat a little bit, but in most of the cases, it's gonna hit that muscle. And like me personally, like I don't even take protein anymore. Like I haven't, take protein in, and it's been a while. It's probably been like a good 3, 4 months, I'd say. Actually, no, I think it's been more like, I think it's been actually closer to a year, to be honest, because I just don't take it anymore. The protein that I consume is good enough, and I just eat a lot, and that's all I do. I think I'm gonna start going back into protein, but I don't take any supplements. I just work out, consume food, and that's pretty much what I do. So
Yeah, and then foods that you can eat that are healthy, you can do rice, chicken, broccoli, steak and eggs, um, ground turkey. And if you need to eat your greens, your vegetables, even though not many people like eating their vegetables, there is a supplement. It's kind of like protein
wait,
powder, but it's just all vegetables.
yeah, it's called super greens, and there's like a bunch of labels like that, but they have like all vegetables in it, and they actually make pills too that you can actually get. Like there's individual ones that have fruits, just all fruits, and then vegetables. So
Yeah. But you once you start working out, you can't really and you want to reach your goal, you can't give up or
yeah,
kind of like you need to go to the gym, but you don't want to, but then you'll be upset that you're not happy with yourself. So I feel like if you keep going, you have no stress, you're happy with yourself, and you have a better mindset. Things.
yeah, I can agree with that. So I got a question. So when it comes to like, so what would you prefer, creatine or protein, like, or aminos? Like, if you had to pick one, which one would you take over the other?
Creatine, for sure.
So on that point of creatine, if you don't know what it is, creatine is pretty much it hits the it pretty much I don't you correct me if I'm wrong with this, but it pretty much puts or adds water to your muscles or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
puts water in your muscles,
Yeah.
and it helps recover your muscle tissues.
Yeah, so it kind of helps recover, and then the protein is when you're sh- uh, tearing your muscles, it goes into that and it fills into that and it builds even more muscle off that. Then aminos is pretty much just like an energy shock. It's like drinking coffee, pretty much, but with a better taste.
Yeah, that's for sure. And pre-workout amino. I think maybe creatine gives you a better focus on your workout,
Mm,
and I feel like people sometimes, or some people don't need it. Creatine can be in your meat that you eat, like from the grocery store or at a restaurant. So if you eat a lot of like red meat, chicken, ground turkey, there's creatine in that. But otherwise, I would take the supplement.
yeah, I mean, I know some people. Um, I used to work at Hawk Ford, and I know some people who that would actually take um, they would take aminos or pre-workout just to keep going on their day. They wouldn't even drink coffee because it tastes better. It performs a lot better than coffee. Most people say. I've taken it a couple times, but not that much. And people say that it definitely performs good, and it gets you. You might have like itchy skin.
Well, that's for pre-workout.
Well, yeah, that's for pre-workout, but you might have itchy skin, but it's used. That's a symptom of what happens when you take it, and that's how you could tell when it's actually working. And there's different stems and different caffeine shots for the um, pre-workout, and that just depends on like what you're willing to put in your body. Like if you want more caffeine, if you want less caffeine but more stems, if you want less stems, less caffeine but more pump, there's different degrees. And Alpha Line is one of those ones that it's a really good product, and they distribute their different stems, pumps, caffeine. They distribute it when it comes to that. And yeah, I mean, they're really good when it comes to that. But that's the company that I would use because there's a lot of fitness YouTubers that use that company to get the best pumps, and they get sponsored by them too. So that's really good.
Personally, I use Bucked Up, but there's more varieties of pre-workout you could use. Like there's that one with I forgot the name, but I think it's like Ghost or something. I don't remember, but I heard that was a really good company to go with. They have really good flavors. Um, Same with Bucked Up.
They have Rise too. Rise has like,
Yeah.
you know, they have Sunny D. They have what's the other one? Ring Pop. They have a bunch of good flavors. So
I really haven't tried C4. Many people frown upon it, but I heard it's good as well. Um, but yeah, it's all to your preference, what you can handle, and if you're consistent with your workouts.
yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you want to do, and it also depends on like um, kind of like where you stand, what product you want, and everything. Um, I feel like Bucked Up and Alpha Line or Alpha King are probably the top ones when it comes to it. C4 is very like it's very frowned upon, and I feel like it's very underrated in a sense, but I feel like it's very um, overrated in a sense because um, I feel like a lot of people don't use it, but I feel like a lot of people don't like it because of you're paying for a product that doesn't really perform as good as Bucked Up, Rise, Alpha, King, and all these other brands, Ghost. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. And when it comes to protein, there's Whey protein, there's um, Ghost, there's Rise, there's a bunch of them. They make a bunch of varieties of flavors like Fruity Pebbles. Um, what else?
Cookies and cream, peanut butter, chocolate,
Yeah,
vanilla, um, salted caramel,
yeah.
and
It's
a
just it's
lot of
just crazy
flavors.
like how like the flavors are like what kind of flavors they've made over the years. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I definitely might get back into taking protein, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm doing fine without it. I've taken creatine like once before, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll go back to it. You know, there's no flavor to it, so you definitely have to mix it with your pre-workout. But I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. Um, and then, you know, we could also get in the topic of trend in steroids and stuff like that.
Oh God.
So that's definitely a good
Yeah,
topic.
I wouldn't recommend any of them, but
Yeah.
that's that's your choice to make.
So if you had to pick one to do one, which one would you do? Like hypothetically, like if you had to pick one, trend or steroids, and it just depends on like
I'll
obviously there's more side effects to steroids, but there's a lot more potential when it comes to it.
I'll take Tron, I guess.
Trend is definitely the one that has the less of effects, but there's definitely a lot of effects when it comes to it. It's less than steroids, but there's a lot. You know, it's definitely not something that you want to mess around with when you're young. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of issues when it comes to it. I was reading an article, some guy took it and he had like a bunch of acne on himself just because of just taking tren and how his body reacted to it. And it just depends on how your body reacts to it. Me personally, I would never take any of those because I hit a limit of where my body like I can't grow anymore and I'm satisfied with myself. You know, there's always ways you can grow outside of like being the biggest guy. You can always grow mentally. When it comes to mental health, you can always grow when it comes to whenever, you know, making more money, you know, in that sense. There's a lot of ways that you can do it. And I feel like there's a lot of ways outside of weightlifting that you can take it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of side effects to both of the sides. And that's just how it is. And when it comes to like what gym you actually go to, I mean that just depends on the person too.
I mean, yeah, there's Planet, LA Fitness, Esporta, X Fitness, so many other gyms. It's
There's 24-hour like I mean Planet and 24-hour are probably gonna be the ones that are like your lowest tier because they don't have basketball courts and stuff like that. But it's mainly for you know you just want to work out and that's all you need. And then you go to Export and um, Esporta, and those are going to be your mid tier, and then Lifetime. My God, Lifetime's like on a different level. Like I've been there a couple of times when I was like younger, but the Lifetime's crazy. Like I think there's like pretty sure there's like 4 basketball courts in there. There's a whole fitness center, probably like
a rock climbing wall.
double the size of Esporta,
Yeah.
and then the fitness is huge. Like it's probably the whole like length of Esporta. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I feel like where do you go, like the gyms you go to kind of helps you motivate yourself as well.
mm,
Because you'll see like people who are bigger, like bigger than you, and you want to be like that, like huge muscles. Um, and then I don't know, I just feel like your environment could also help you out with your workouts. You could ask people for help, and another thing, a key thing is when you go to the gym, don't worry about what people are thinking about you. They're probably not. They don't really care. Um, of course, there's gonna be some people that are gonna judge you, but you, it's pointless to worry about it because you're benefiting yourself, and they could laugh, whatever, but eventually they'll see your progress, and then they won't say anything. You could also ask people for help. I've asked multiple people at the gym who are older than me for help, advice, what to do. and they give the advice, and it helps you in the long run.
Yeah, I feel like on that topic, you can't worry about what people have to say for sure. Um, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely a very, it's definitely a motivator, and it drives you to keep going when somebody walks up to you and they're like, oh, um, I like, you look really good. Your progress you look amazing from where you started. Like stuff like that. When you get comments like that, it definitely motivates you to keep going and push yourself even farther. And obviously, when you go to the gym, you're gonna get people that stare at you and they look at you, and just keep it in a just think, put it in your head like, oh, they're staring at me because you know, they like how my progress has gone. They like how my physique is. Just keep that in the back of your head. Don't look at it like, oh, they're making fun of you because of how you look. You don't have to worry about that because everybody starts from one position and they just keep going up. Everybody starts at square one, and nobody starts from being big and getting bigger. Like that just doesn't happen. Everybody starts from a baseline and they work their way up. And if you're around real people that actually are supportive of that, they're gonna know. And if you're around people that are gonna make fun of you because of how you look, then you don't have to be around those people. You don't deserve to be around people that are gonna bring you down. You want people to motivate you because that's what's gonna improve your lifestyle and make you improve and bring your drive even farther when it comes to fitness, when it comes to making money, being more successful, when it comes to whatever. So,
Yeah, and I feel like the only person that's stopping you is you and your mindset. So just keep a positive mindset, keep yourself going. Find different ways to motivate you. Like Louis said earlier, music can help you motivate yourself to keep going, to lift bigger weights. It puts your mind in a different mindset, and where you're just focusing on yourself and your workout.
for sure, it's definitely very concentrating when you're listening to a good playlist, and um, it gets you in the mood to push yourself and, like I said before, push yourself and do your best. And that's what this episode was about. Fitness, working out, anything around that sense, because me and him both hit the gym consistently as often as we can, and you know, just try to be your best and don't worry about what other people say, and you know, um, just try to better yourself every day, because when you better yourself every day, that's going to make you feel a lot better with yourself if you're down in yourself. So thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and we appreciate everybody that tuned in.